Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today is still Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I wanted to go out and be on the field like a real journalist. Big Ward, the journalist. So I want to show y'all again in person, live, not just a news clip, this billboard that my people are offended by. It's racism. You bigot. It must come down. Even though I told y'all the person who owns it is a black man who owns a comedy club. And he was talking about his comedy. He promoting his comedy club. Now I want y'all to look at something. It's black clowns on there, but there are also white clowns. Just clowns, ladies and gentlemen. The children love clowns, but black people don't. They're offended by clowns. But I want to show you what they're not offended by. I want to show y'all the community, the neighborhood, the trash, the ghetto. Let's go for a ride, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the back of the billboard, ladies and gentlemen. This is a black neighborhood we're in, black community. So somebody asked, why would they put that sign in the black neighborhood? Why they put it out there in the white folk neighborhood? Could it be because it's a black man who owns a black comedy club, so he will put it in the black community? That's his customer base. And look what we got plenty of in the hood. As we always say, there got one pawn shop and a church. Pawn shop right next to a church, right next to a Democrat sign. They're offended. They're not offended by these damn pawn shops and churches everywhere that's raping the community. Let's continue on our ride. Here's another church, ladies and gentlemen. Probably approximately 30 yards from the church I just showed you. Right next to a liquor store. But they're offended by the clowns on the billboard. There's one church. I turned right around, there's another church. See? All I did was flip direction. I didn't even have to drive to show you the other church. Church of Christ. See it? Pawn shop, Church of Christ. Another church. Right across the street. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen. Right next to another liquor store. Liquor store, church. Look at this. This the hood, though. They're offended by the sign. They're offended by clowns on the sign. But they're not offended by this. Hold on. Let me get my camera. You know, I'm new to the field. Front porch. Y'all thought I was just talking about they don't clean up their own front porch. If you're looking for somewhere to dump your old tires, here you go. Right here. Come over here and dump your tires when you feel like it. In your neighborhood. But you're offended by clowns on the sign. Yeah, look, overgrown lawns. But you're offended by clowns on the sign. All right now. old dilapidated houses, but you're complaining about a sign. Yes, indeed. I mean, the sign got to go. The sign got to go, ladies and gentlemen. The sign, those clowns must come down. We can't have that in our community. We got pride. Who wouldn't love to live next to this beauty? We got pride in our community. You can't just have no signs with clowns on it. We ain't gonna have that around here. You can't disrespect us like that. Yeah, take the signs down. No clowns allowed around here. That's racism. That's bigotry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is America. People live here. Now, as you have your dump and your slums, let me show you what else we got plenty of in the hood. One church, empty lot, another church. We got plenty of the law around here. Praise the Lord. We got plenty of church and plenty of regular houses, plenty of overgrown lots, plenty of trash, and another church. We got God and poverty. Three churches, 30 feet apart. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. We got more overgrown lots and commercial for another church. And what do we have beside these dilapidated houses? And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, people live there. No, they still live there. They're not abandoned. And guess what we have right across the street from there? Another church. In the black community, we got plenty of church, plenty of God, and plenty of poverty. But if that wasn't enough churches for you, you want another church. That one ain't good enough. You done already saw about 10 churches within 2 minutes. But that wasn't enough. You didn't like that church. Well, come to this one. How about this one? There go another one. Go to that one. as you're walking past more dilapidated, rundown houses in the same neighborhood where you got 30 churches and they're offended by clowns on the billboard. Bless their hearts. How you like that pothole? That'll have you jumping like the Dukes of Hazzard around here. Now, back to the churches. God is speaking. Come to our church. All right, let's get a countdown of the churches. There go one church in the hood, in the ghetto. They're the church, right? But if you don't like that church, you can just walk right across the street to that church. And then go home to your little regular house. While pastor riding good. We got plenty of God, y'all. If we ain't got nothing else in the ghetto, we got God and abandoned lots. Overgrown, abandoned lots. We got plenty of that. But y'all raising hell, calling the city councilman, not about these overgrown snake pits. No. I want to talk to my city councilman. What are you complaining about, sir? Your overgrown lot, the dilapidated houses? No. There's a sign on the corner with some clowns on it, and I'm offended. Oh. Even though we got houses in my neighborhood that look like Mississippi burning, like we're in a Delta somewhere, we're in Mobile, Alabama, but I'm offended by them goddamn clowns on the sign. We can't have that in our communities. What would the children think if they come outside and see a clown on the sign and he black? They'll think it's Trump. Now let's go to church. If not that church, let's go to this one. And then let's walk past this another dilapidated, abandoned, overgrown lot. Now let me remind y'all, this is in the second largest city in Alabama. Let me remind y'all that 20 miles from here is beautiful. This is not a third world country. This is Mobile, Alabama, but it's the black side. This is the black side. The side where they're complaining about clowns on a sign. That's what they're complaining about. Seeing is way different than hearing about it. This old regular boat parked out on the street. Got mold on it. On the water, they're gonna see it rain. And another church. That's all we doing. We just ride. Y'all see my windshield, y'all, huh? We just riding, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we doing. Come ride with Big Ward. And let me show y'all why these people are offended by clowns on a sign. We can't have that in our community. It's disgraceful And again, praise the Lord. Another church. If you happen to be white people, listen to me right now. Can y'all explain to me why we got so many churches? And then right next to that is this. Explain this to me, please. I want to ask the white folks a question who happen to be listening to me right now. Do y'all have so many churches piled up next to each other like we do in the black community? And if not, why not? Why do we have so many churches? Same God, same Jesus. Why don't all the churches combine and just work together? Why we gotta have all these different churches? What's up with that? Somebody please explain that to me. Now let me go show y'all two more churches right next to each other. I'm just hitting blocks, y'all. I ain't going miles away. It's just one block over, one block over, one block over. This the same neighborhood. This is where I grew up at, same community. I didn't go into another community. Now look at here. One church, another church, and another church. Three churches right by each other. On the infamous, everywhere, every city or town you go to, there's a Dr. Martin Luther King. And it's always in the ghetto. Martin Luther King Church. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we must take that sign down. Join with us, please. We need all the help we can get, because it's very important to the black community that we take that disrespectful ass clown sign down. Help us, please. Send donations to $, Big Ward 251. Get it, got it good. Bye.